No filters, no apologies, just real conversations where we learn, we laugh, and we level up. This is Parties Over. Externally, I wanted to look a certain way, but internally, I wasn't happy. I've had so many procedures, so many treatments, more than I can count. I had to learn what a narcissist was when I realized I was married to one.
You've reinvented yourself, and now you're on a new chapter and a new journey.
I like to incorporate a little bit of my story as well on the show, but I'm also interested in learning other people's stories. I want the viewers in my show to walk away feeling great about themselves, feeling empowered. No filters, no apologies, just real conversation where we learn, we laugh, and we level up. Party's over, my friends. And now it's time for Call It, where we take a real life situation, set a clear standard, and give you the rule. If you like honest conversations about relationships, boundaries, and modern etiquette, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. Today's Call It is, if you're in a committed relationship, do you still need your own financial independence? Yes.
This is an area where Sandra and I differ strongly. I don't think you do. I think that if you were married, you have to be married. You can't not be married. Like, that's married. There has to be a marriage or like some sort of domestic partnership agreement. But I think under those circumstances, it is completely fine to be financially dependent. I think that a lot of times it's almost impossible to be financially independent if you're trying to be home with your kids.
This is where we disagree.
Yeah.
Because financial independence to me doesn't just mean that you've come into the marriage with your own money or you have your own income. There has to be an agreement set from the beginning that if something happens in the marriage, you have to know exactly what part of the finances that you would be getting. So that agreement needs to be made, I feel like, from day one, because I know too many people that have gone into marriages signing prenups that aren't to their benefit.
So, question for you. I'm curious what you think of this. So, if you are married without a prenup, there's laws that are essentially your prenup, right? We have
Yes.
right. So, whatever state you were married in. So, do you think that if those laws would ensure that if when you get divorced, you will be monetarily fine, do you think it's okay to not be earning income?
That's still
marriage?
Financial independence.
Okay,
though.
that makes sense. So I think that we do agree. We just have come to agreement in like a really roundabout way because, okay, so that makes sense because I'm saying you have to be married in order to be financially dependent on somebody. But I think the difference is we're looking at what is financial independence. So when I think financially dependent, I think of just not being the breadwinner, but you're thinking of it in a more long-term perspective.
Yes.
You're thinking of it, if something goes awry, am I going to be okay? And I completely agree with you on that. You should never be in a situation where you don't have a backup plan, right? So I think that's the disconnect. So we actually do agree on this.
Yes.
Yeah, we actually agree, but like I think we just have different terminology for what we're talking about. So I think Sandra agrees, it's completely okay to stay home with your kids and let your spouse be the breadwinner if there is a plan if the marriage is to dissolve.
Yes, because that's still financial independence.
okay.
Because you know,
Yeah.
if the marriage is dissolved, you're still getting 50% or whatever you're entitled to.
Now-
so if your husband had money before he met me, obviously by law you're not entitled to that.
Now that said, I think there's a lot of people that when they think of being financially dependent on somebody, there's women out there that like don't even think it's okay to not split everything 50-50. As far as like day-to-day expenses. And I think maybe that's what a lot of people think of. Like that's what I think of on financial dependence, right? Like I think that there's women out there and there's also men out there that are like one spouse pays half the mortgage, the other spouse pays half the mortgage. One spouse pays half the child care, the other spouse pays half the child care. And I don't think that you should have to be in a situation like that at all.
Well, I don't think that either. I think
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
really, I think it's the man's responsibility to pay for.
See, you're more old-fashioned.
No,
than
I
you
am, because I think it's the man's responsibility to support his family.
Yeah.
However, if the woman decides to work, that's just supplemental.
Yeah.
The man should not be dependent on the woman for
Yeah.
the financial backing
Or-
of their
Yeah,
of their
or
life.
like say, like the woman is the surgeon and the man's staying home. You know, it can flip flop.
It can flip flop.
Modern
but,
days.
But
Yeah.
when I say financial independence, if a woman's staying home and raising her kids, she should be in a situation where she knows that if something were to happen in the marriage, she's getting 50%.
Yeah,
That's still financial independence.
and I never thought about it that way. Okay, so we 100% agree. We just got to it in a very roundabout
But
way.
unfortunately, I know too many women who
Yeah.
sign prenuptial agreements
And then they are
up front
not
because
financially
they're
independent.
looking at it like, well, I'm not in this for the money, I'm in this for love. Well, okay, fast forward, your husband left you, and now you have this crazy prenup where you basically got nothing
And I
but
do,
child support.
and also I think if you have a child with somebody, or like if you just like have a boyfriend or whatever, and you don't have a job, that's not good. Like you need to have your own money until, because I guess like the marriage itself is what's making you financially independent in a weird way.
Right,
Because
but-
it's like you're,
But it's money that you deserve because
Yeah.
you're actually raising the kids, and that's a lot of work.
yeah, exactly.
That's more
It's
work
a ton
to
of
me than
work.
going to an office.
100%. So there it is. You need some sort of agreement in place before you give up your career.
And if you decide to sign a prenuptial agreement that because you're getting married and you feel like you're not in this for money and you're in this for love and things are going to work out anyhow, you have to be financially independent on your own to do something like that.
And the prenup just has to be fair.
But most of them aren't.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm sure it exists. Somebody's got to have a fair
I don't
prenup
know.
out
I
there.
haven't seen one. Build a relationship because you want to stay, not because you can't afford to leave. Do you believe financial independence is essential in a relationship? Tell us in the comments. We'd love to hear your perspective. If this resonates, share it with someone who believes security starts with self-reliance. And don't forget to like and share. Strong independence creates stronger relationships. Hi, it's Sandra. I wrote From Bullshit to Botox because somebody had to say it out loud. Fillers, facelifts, the whole obsession with forever young. I go there unapologetically. So if you've ever wondered what really goes on behind the beauty industry's polish, then grab your copy. The link will be in the show notes. No filters, no apologies, just real conversations where we learn, we laugh, and we level up. This is Party's Over. Externally, I wanted to look a certain way, but internally, I wasn't happy. I've had so many procedures, so many treatments, more than I can count. I had to learn what a narcissist was when I realized I was married to one.
You've reinvented yourself, and now you're on a new chapter and a new journey.
I like to incorporate a little bit of my story as well on the show, but I'm also interested in learning other people's stories. I want the viewers in my show to walk away feeling great about themselves, feeling empowered. No filters, no apologies, just real conversation where we learn, we laugh, and we level up. Party's over, my friends. And now it's time for Flag It, where we spot the patterns that tell you what's really happening in a relationship. If you like honest conversations about boundaries, behavior, and emotional health, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. Today's Flag It is, if you set a boundary and someone keeps pushing it, are they forgetting or are they testing you?
They're not forgetting. How do you forget a boundary?
Easily, people have selective memory.
Yeah, but they're doing it on purpose.
Yeah, they're forgetting it on purpose, but
Yeah.
most people have selective memory.
No, if they're 100% doing it on purpose, whether it's conscious or subconscious. Like if you set up a boundary and somebody crosses that boundary, they're doing it maliciously. You don't just like forget that you had a boundary set.
Well, they're pushing it. They're not forgetting it. They have selective memory. So they're choosing to forget.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot.
Like, no, you did this on purpose. I hate people are so annoying. Like literally, it's like, oh, I forgot that I'm not supposed to cheat on you anymore.
But what if you set the boundary like a long time ago and they legitimately forgot?
No, you don't, because you did something bad to have the boundary set. Like you don't just set a boundary out of the blue. You set a boundary in reaction to something. Like somebody crosses a line and then you put the boundary up and then you make them aware of the boundary. So if they forgot about the boundary, they forgot about whatever like that bad thing is that they did.
So they have selective memory.
Yeah, but I don't think they actually forgot. They're pretending to forget. Because selective memory isn't actually forgetting. Selective memory is pretending like you forgot.
Right. So they're
testing you.
they're purposely pushing the boundary.
They're a horrible person and you should just cut them out of your life. Like
100%.
Yeah, if you can't respect somebody's boundaries, then you don't get to be at the table anymore. It is what it is.
But it happens all the time.
Snip, snip.
Cut, cut.
See you later.
Have you ever set a boundary that someone kept pushing away? Tell us in the comments how you handled it. Respect shows up in behavior, not saying yes all the time and never changing. If this resonates, share it with someone who's learning to hold their limits. And don't forget to like and share. Strong boundaries create healthier relationships. After chasing perfection for years, I got hit with a heartbreak no concealer could cover. From bullshit to broken hearts is my story. It's my honest take on love, loss, and coming back stronger. Aging may wrinkle your skin, but it will never wrinkle your spirit. Get your copy today. The link will be in the show notes. No filters, no apologies, just real conversations where we learn, we laugh, and we level up. This is Party's Over. Externally, I wanted to look a certain way, but internally, I wasn't happy. I've had so many procedures, so many treatments, more than I can count. I had to learn what a narcissist was when I realized I was married to one.
You've reinvented yourself, and now you're on a new chapter and a new journey.
I like to incorporate a little bit of my story as well on the show, but I'm also interested in learning other people's stories. I want the viewers in my show to walk away feeling great about themselves, feeling empowered. No filters, no apologies, just real conversation where we learn, we laugh, and we level up. Party's over, my friends. And now it's time for Call BS, where we take a common beauty belief and separate the myth from the reality. If you like honest conversations about beauty, aging, and what really happens to your skin and hair, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. Today's Call BS is, if you pluck one gray hair, will more grow back in its place?
This is true, right?
I don't know. We have to ChatGPT this because I don't know.
I feel like it's true.
So you take out one gray hair and then
I don't pluck my gray hairs. If I do my gray hairs, I cut it because one turns to three. Okay. It's like how they like shave babies' heads to like make the hair grow back thicker. It's like the same thing. Like when you pull the hair.
Okay. I don't know about this to our viewers. If you pluck one gray hair, will more grow back? See. But we're going to find out from ChatGPT.
Okay. Dear ChatGPT, if you pluck one gray hair, will 3 come back? I should. Really? No, that's a myth. If you pluck one gray hair, only one gray hair can grow back from that follicle.
Oh, right, because that makes sense. Because of one hair in a follicle. For our viewers, more will not grow back because you only have one follicle for each hair.
Okay, myth busted.
Okay. It's a myth.
I could start pulling my gray hairs.
Actually, now that we're on this subject, a lot of people say that if you shave your hair
It grows back
when
thicker.
you're like, it grows back thicker.
Yeah, like they shave. So like this is like a
Your ChatGPT.
yeah,
Make
like
sure that's not a
so
myth.
like I'm Middle Eastern and like that's like it's like a thing. They like I didn't do it to my daughter. You're welcome. But a lot of people do this. They shave the babies' heads to make their heads thicker. When you're like a teenager or like they're like don't shave your legs.
Right.
It'll
So
grow.
let's see if this.
But
is
you
a
know
myth.
what? I don't buy it because I started shaving my arms when I was like 13 and I have like no arm hair now.
Right.
You
I agree.
shave your legs. Will it grow back thicker? No.
So that's
That
a
is
myth.
a myth too. Yeah. Because look, I haven't shaved my arms in like 2 months. There's like
No hair.
no hair. And I have like naturally very hairy
So
arms.
shaving your legs is a myth as well because people have said that for years. When you shave
Okay,
your legs,
so we
it
need
grows
to
back
keep
thicker.
going. Okay, if you shave a baby's head, they're going to be like, who is this weirdo head? Do you think there's somebody at ChatGPT headquarters like
Laughing at us?
like literally watching all this thinking I'm a lunatic? If you shave your baby's head, will it grow back thicker? No. Shaving your baby's
It's all a myth.
does
Plucking
not
one
make
gray
the
hair,
grow back
shaving your
thicker.
legs, shaving your baby's head. It's all a myth.
When it grows back, it can feel coarser or darker at first, but it has to do with genetics, hormones, and natural developmental changes. There you have it. My arm hairs just because I'm getting old.
These are all myths. Have you ever avoided plucking a gray hair because you were told more that it would grow back? Tell us in the comments. What do you believe? Remember, if gray hair bothers you, consider trimming or coloring instead. And if this resonates, share it with someone who still believes this beauty myth. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Good information makes aging easier. Hi, it's Sandra. If this show is hitting home for you, don't keep it to yourself. Hit like, share it with a friend who needs to hear it, and help us get Parties Over show in front of more people. Your support means so much to me and the Parties Over team. No filters, no apologies, just real conversations where we learn, we laugh, and we level up. This is Parties Over. Externally, I wanted to look a certain way, but internally, I wasn't happy. I've had so many procedures, so many treatments, more than I can count. I had to learn what a narcissist was when I realized I was married to one.
You've reinvented yourself, and now you're on a new chapter and a new journey.
I like to incorporate a little bit of my story as well on the show, but I'm also interested in learning other people's stories. I want the viewers in my show to walk away feeling great about themselves, feeling empowered. No filters, no apologies, just real conversation where we learn, we laugh, and we level up. Party's over, my friends. Today's Been There is, I quit drinking even though nothing terrible happened. So,
I remember when you used to drink.
I used to drink
A lot.
A lot.
Not like an alcoholic. She was never an alcoholic.
No, but
Like-
back in the day, I mean, I was like the shot queen. I just drank and drank and drank.
But you never, like, this is an interesting thing about Sandy. So she never, like, ordered a dinner cocktail.
No.
Like, she was not like I'm going to dinner and I'm having a glass of wine kind of gal. She was like let's go stand at the bar and do tequila shots for like a really long time and I'll be totally fine and everybody else is like off their rocker. That was kind of Sandy's drinking mojo.
That was before. And then for years, I stopped drinking. So when I wrote From Bullshit to Botox, I was not drinking. I hadn't had a drink in a very, very long time, maybe like 4 years.
Yeah.
Then fast forward, after my separation, I met somebody who was a heavy drinker. So I started drinking again. And then Veida told me one day that I look like total shit. She
She
was
did.
like, what's going on with you? Why do you look so bad? And I was like, oh, I've been drinking. And she's like, no, you have to stop.
Yeah.
So then fast forward, I stopped again. So now it's like here and there. I've had some, because I don't really drink anymore. I've had a few issues like this past fall where 2 different occasions I drank heavily and was a disaster. So I
your
know because my body's not
can't
used to it.
metabolize it anymore.
My body's not used to the same amount that I would drink
Yeah.
any longer.
So I feel like when I think of you, even though you like occasionally, like once in a blue moon, have a drink, I think of you as a non-drinker.
Yes.
Like I think you're 100% a non-drinker. I think that on occasion you might partake in a tiny bit of alcohol, but it's so insignificant. I consider you a non-drinker. Like we went to dinner last night, like it didn't even occur to you to order a drink.
No, it never occurs to me to order a drink. It's always situational where
Yeah.
if somebody else is drinking, I may start drinking, but it rarely happens. And when it does, like this past fall, there were 2 times, which
Yeah.
both times that I drank heavily. And unfortunately, the last time turned into paramedics coming, a doctor, 5 IV bags. I was unconscious.
I mean, but like not from drinking a lot, really, like compared to how you used to drink. Like,
No,
I
it was the
think
same
you're just,
amount,
like,
but my
yeah,
body could
your
handle it
body rejects
before.
it. Well,
And my
I-
body, rejected it.
I think with alcohol, it's one of those things that what I could drink in my 20s, like I would end up in the hospital if I drank that now. Like literally, I like a Tuesday night in my 20s is like a bender for me now. You know,
Yeah.
like it's just like not how your body reacts. And also, I think like, it's gonna sound so cheesy, but it's like the older you get, like, I mean, you don't have as much time left. You kind of want to remember it, right? I mean,
Like I said, the last time I totally
Giselle's
went
laughing at me
unconscious.
in the background. Producer Giselle, do you want to hear?
Giselle, do you have something to say? Okay. Our producer Giselle also stopped drinking.
So I drink. I totally drink. Like I have not quit drinking. I quit drinking for 3 months once and it was great. But like I think I have a really good relationship with alcohol. Like I don't drink too much for the most part. When I do, I have crippling anxiety and I feel so miserable that I don't do it again for a very long time.
Wait, I remember a day not too long ago where you did drink and then you had the IV bags the next day.
Oh, I haven't done an IV in a while.
Oh no, it wasn't a while.
No,
When was
because
it?
I saw this thing on Instagram and the girl got a bubble and an IV and then it gave me crippling anxiety thinking about getting the IV, so I can't get the IVs anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with like anything about me being more mature or anything. I just got scared from Instagram, so I stopped getting IVs. So that said, I'm trying to think the last time I drank. I went to a party. I went to a 50th birthday party, and it's so funny because my husband was coming from out of town, right? So I was like, I cannot drink too much when he gets here because I haven't seen him in a while and he's gonna be so judgy. So I'm like not gonna drink a lot, right? So I really kept it together the first half of the party. But then my husband got there and it was like, see you later. I mean, it was like literally like something switched and I hadn't had a night like that in a really long time. And let me tell you, that was in September.
Wait, is this when you were dancing on the table?
No. When did I dance on the table?
I don't
I
know.
danced on the stage.
Oh, the
Like,
stage. Okay.
Oh, yeah. But, like, I mean, that really doesn't take a lot of alcohol for me
No,
to
that's
do.
true.
I mean, I'll do that, like, right now. Like, yeah. That I don't need, like, liquid courage for. I was a club kid in the early 2000s. Like, I'll dance on a table. I don't care. Fully clothed. Just so we're clear.
Definitely fully clothed.
Fully clothed. We don't very classy table dancing around here. So that all being said, I try not to have more than 2 drinks. And I think that's a good balance for me. When I want it and when I don't want it, I don't drink. So like if I go to a dinner, I don't give in to social pressure. But like if I want a drink, I'll have one.
So you're a social drinker.
Yeah, I'm a social drinker.
And I'm considered a non-drinker.
Yes.
Have you ever had an experience that completely changed your relationship with alcohol? Tell me in the comments, what did you learn? You don't need a catastrophe to change a habit. If this resonates, share it with someone who is rethinking their relationship with alcohol. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because the strongest moves are often the ones no one sees. Hi, it's Sandra. Thank you for watching Parties Over Show. We are always looking for ways to improve the show, so I want to hear from you. Drop a comment and tell me what resonated, what you disagreed with, all of it. Your feedback shapes our show, so don't be shy. Tell us what's on your mind. No filters, no apologies, just real conversations where we learn, we laugh, and we level up. This is Parties Over. Externally, I wanted to look a certain way, but internally, I wasn't happy. I've had so many procedures, so many treatments, more than I can count. I had to learn what a narcissist was when I realized I was married to one.
You've reinvented yourself, and now you're on a new chapter and a new journey.
I like to incorporate a little bit of my story as well on the show, but I'm also interested in learning other people's stories. I want the viewers in my show to walk away feeling great about themselves, feeling empowered. No filters, no apologies, just real conversation where we learn, we laugh, and we level up. Party's over, my friends. And now it's time for tea time, where we talk about what's trending and what people are experiencing emotionally right now. If you like honest conversations about dating and emotional well-being, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. Today's tea time is this. Why are so many people feeling burned out by dating?
Because it's a cesspool out
Because
there.
ladies, it is a jungle out there.
Yeah.
You
I
have
mean,
to
of
go through
course you're
so
gonna
many
be burned.
people to find, unless you're lucky and you find that right person right away. But from all my friends that are on dating apps, which I haven't really experienced the dating app world, they have to go through hundreds of people to find somebody decent. So I feel like it's a job. It's like
Yeah.
if you're dating in that like aspect, it's like a full-time job.
I can't even imagine. Like, honestly, like the stories I hear from you and like my other single friends, it's like, what is going on with the world? Why do people behave like this?
Because it's hard because like for my age group, all of the good guys stay married. So most men, if you're a good guy, like you don't want to be out there. You don't want to be dating at this age.
Also, I think the age issue is a serious thing now. I think that it's been normalized for 20 something girls to date men in their 50s now.
Yes.
I think it's completely normal. Like it used to be like every once in a while this happened. Now, these young girls don't flinch at dating guys that are old enough to be their father. And that kind of changes dating for everybody because then you're in your 40s and your 50s, and the only guys that are out there for you are like in their 60s and 70s. Like your peers don't necessarily want to date you.
or younger guys.
Yeah,
So
or young.
my-
Oh, the
yeah.
young guys are a thing.
So
too.
my issue, well,
You attract
so for
young
me,
ones.
like, cause I don't, since I'm not really on the apps, when I go out, I only meet younger guys. So I'm meeting guys in their 30s and their 40s, which 40s is fine.
Yeah, 30s is too young.
No, 30s is way too
It's a
young.
bad
I've already
idea.
experienced that. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
It's way too young. 40s is fine, but most men that I've seen, like really the good guys, unless their wife cheated on them or their wife passed away, most of the good guys stay married
Yeah, or they get remarried pretty quickly and they're already remarried.
or whatever. But
Yeah,
they,
like
but
they
they're
get
married.
remarried.
They're,
Yeah,
they
they're
don't
like
stay
married.
single,
Yeah.
and they're
No, I
certainly not
agree.
really out and about. Maybe
No.
at happy hours or dinners, but they're you
They're
know
not like at the club at 2 a.m.
no, absolutely not.
No.
Not the type of guy that you would want to be with.
No, I agree. I have a lot of empathy for anybody that is in that world right now that did not choose to be.
Yes,
I
mean,
don't
it is-
feel if you chose to be, I don't feel bad for you.
no.
Like if you left your husband because you thought you could do better and now you're bitching about who's out there, like that's on you, girl.
And ladies, don't leave your husband. If you have a good husband, do not leave your husband because I can tell you from experience, it is a jungle out there. The things I've experienced in this past year and a half are so crazy, which some of them are going to be in my next book. And then I'm also getting ready to write an article about some of the experiences that are completely insane. So everybody stay tuned for that. And stay with your spouse. Or if you can't stay with your spouse and you have to get out of the marriage, that's fine. But just know that once you start dating, like it's a numbers game. So you will meet some really
Yeah.
great people and you will meet some undesirable people.
Hang in there, ladies.
But it also can be fun. So especially if you're coming out of a marriage or a relationship that wasn't fun or was toxic, then you're definitely going to be in a better place. But people do feel burned out because it can be exhausting.
That makes sense.
Has dating become a high volume experience between apps, constant messaging, ghosting, and starting over again and again? Have you ever felt burned out by dating? Tell us in the comments what part of the process feels the most exhausting. When dating starts to feel like a job, it's time to slow down. If this resonates, share it with someone who may need permission to take a break. And don't forget to like and share, because protecting your energy leads to better connections. Hi, it's Sandra. Spill It is by far our most popular segment. So if you have a question you want it answered on Spill It, this is your chance. Send your questions to spillit@sandralenasilverman.com and we might just answer it live on the show. Remember, no topic is off limits, so ask us anything. No filters, no apologies, just real conversations where we learn, we laugh, and we level up. This is Party's Over. Externally, I wanted to look a certain way, but internally, I wasn't happy. I've had so many procedures, so many treatments, more than I can count. I had to learn what a narcissist was when I realized I was married to one.
You've reinvented yourself, and now you're on a new chapter and a new journey.
I like to incorporate a little bit of my story as well on the show, but I'm also interested in learning other people's stories. I want the viewers in my show to walk away feeling great about themselves, feeling empowered. No filters, no apologies, just real conversation where we learn, we laugh, and we level up. Party's over, my friends. And now it's time for Case Closed, where we bring a real life situation into Parties Over court and look at what's really happening. If you value natural results and long-term aesthetic planning, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. Today's case: if the result already looks full, but you still want more filler, what's really going on? Well,
You're emotionally void inside.
You have body dysmorphia.
Yeah, like you're chasing something that is wrong.
Yeah, because if your face already looks full and you're asking for more filler, that's body dysmorphia.
Yeah, facial dysmorphia.
Or facial dysmorphia, because you're looking at something that's not real.
And you're never going to be satisfied. So you need to do some internal work before you do more external work.
And that's what I talked about in From Bullshit to Botox, because the first part of my book is all about the external work that I did because I wasn't happy. And then I realized I did all this work and I'm still not happy. So now I've got to do the internal work. So the whole second part of the book is the internal work and that whole journey. So I firsthand know what this feels like. But when you look in the mirror and your face is already full and you still want more filler, that's an internal issue. And that's you just not loving yourself. And you need to fix that, which is, you can have a life coach, you can go to therapy, you can figure out what's wrong and how to make those changes. Have you ever seen a result that crossed the line from enhancement to overdone? Tell us in the comments what stood out to you. If the result is already full, the right decision is to stop, not add more. And don't forget to like and share, because restraint is what keeps the results looking natural. Hi, it's Sandra with a little reminder. If you like the show, hit subscribe right now. New episodes of Parties Over every single week. No filters, no apologies, just real conversations where we learn, we laugh, and we level up. This is Parties Over. Externally, I wanted to look a certain way, but internally, I wasn't happy. I've had so many procedures, so many treatments, more than I can count. I had to learn what a narcissist was when I realized I was married to one.
You've reinvented yourself, and now you're on a new chapter and a new journey.
I like to incorporate a little bit of my story as well on the show, but I'm also interested in learning other people's stories. I want the viewers in my show to walk away feeling great about themselves, feeling empowered. No filters, no apologies, just real conversation where we learn, we laugh, and we level up. Party's over, my friends. And now it's time for Worth It or Waste It, where we look at a popular health or beauty approach and answer the real question. Is it actually worth your time and effort? If you like practical guidance to help make smarter decisions about your health and longevity, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. Today's Worth It or Waste It is weightlifting. Is it necessary or just another fitness trend?
Oh, I hate to admit this, but you gotta do it.
You have to
You
weightlift.
have to. Like,
100% it's necessary. It's not just another fitness trend. It is necessary. As we age, we need to build muscle. We need to build muscles so our skin doesn't sag. We need to build muscles so we can go into our older years with our bones being healthy. And our body structure, it's so important. And so many girls, they just want to do Pilates or they just want to run on the treadmill. She's a Pilates queen.
I love Pilates and I love cardio. If it were up to me, I would literally get on that elliptical for an hour a day and then I'd go to Pilates and that would be it, right? But I know that I don't want to get osteoarthritis when I'm old and I don't want to be hunched over. So unfortunately, I have to lift heavy 2 times a week. And I do. And I work out with a trainer and I love her and she forces me to do it. And it's funny because my new trainer, Kennedy, who I love, she also teaches Pilates. And I'm like, Kennedy, can we just do Pilates today? And she's like, no, we have to lift. Like she forces me to do it. But it's right because you can't just do Pilates. Even Pilates teachers tell you can't just do Pilates.
Well, not all, because
the ones
there's
care about you.
Yes, there's a Pilates teacher that actually works out with my trainer. And her students have no idea that she weightlifts 6 times a week. So her students think that she's completely fit just from Pilates, and it's not true. Pilates will never make you completely fit. Pilates is not building your muscle the way weightlifting is.
And you can aesthetically look great from just doing Pilates. Like when I do just Pilates, I will say this, my body, I like how it looks better. Like it's thinner, it's tight little muscles, like the way my body builds muscle. However, I am not healthier when I'm just doing Pilates.
But you also have natural muscle. A
yeah,
lot
that's
of girls don't have
that's what I'm
natural muscle.
saying. But I still have to lift.
But if you're the type of person that doesn't have the natural muscle and you're just doing Pilates, you're going to look thin, but you're not going to look fit like you would with weight training.
Yeah. No,
I don't even see how that's possible. So this Pilates instructor goes to my gym 6 days a week. She does weightlifting. And her students, she has students all over Miami. Her students have made comments to my trainer who actually, weightlift. And they're like, oh, my Pilates instructor said this and that. And my trainer's like, oh, well, she comes here. And they're like, what? What do you mean she weightlifts? Like, they have no idea that this woman weightlifts. They think all of her muscles just from Pilates.
That's not nice.
Well, yeah, she doesn't
Very
share that part.
dishonest.
So your Pilates instructor does tell you.
Both of
Or she does.
So my Pilates instructor actually teaches weight classes at her Pilates studio. Then I have a personal trainer who's my athletic trainer who is not my personal Pilates teacher, but she also teaches Pilates. Does that make sense?
And she does personal training.
And she does personal training. So I don't do Pilates with her. I do Pilates with somebody else. So I always try to trick her into letting me do Pilates instead of weights. And she always makes me do the weights. But it's for my own good. It's because she's doing her job. I need to lift the weights.
And I only weightlift, so I'm doing it 6 days a week. So I do not think it's another fitness trend. I think it's 100% necessary.
I agree. Necessary.
All right. So Veida and I both agree. So tell us in your comments what you think. Strength training isn't just about building muscle. It supports bone density, metabolism, posture, and long-term mobility, especially as we age. Do you include strength training in your routine? Tell us in the comments the changes you've noticed. Worth it if your goal is long-term health, strength, and aging well, or wasted if you avoid it because you think it's optional. It's only one of the most important investments you can make. If this helped you decide, share it with someone focused on healthy aging. And don't forget to like and share, because strength is one of the best longevity tools we have. Hi, it's Sandra. Are you a brand that wants to connect with our amazing audience? Exciting news! We have limited sponsorship spots open for brands we'd be proud to recommend. If that's you, we'd love to talk. The link is in the show notes. No filters, no apologies, just real conversations where we learn, we laugh, and we level up. This is Party's Over. Externally, I wanted to look a certain way, but internally, I wasn't happy. I've had so many procedures, so many treatments, more than I can count. I had to learn what a narcissist was when I realized I was married to one.
You've reinvented yourself, and now you're on a new chapter and a new journey.
I like to incorporate a little bit of my story as well on the show, but I'm also interested in learning other people's stories. I want the viewers in my show to walk away feeling great about themselves, feeling empowered. No filters, no apologies, just real conversation where we learn, we laugh, and we level up. Party's over, my friends. Welcome to the after party. Spill it, where we answer your questions and nothing's off limits. Here's one we just got. My boyfriend makes a lot of jokes and subtle digs at me. It's gotten to the point where I feel insecure, and I even started looking through his phone. Am I being toxic, or is something actually wrong here?
Both of you are wrong.
Both of you are wrong.
You need to break up. He's not your husband, he's your boyfriend, and you just need to end this.
Well, first of all, he shouldn't be making jokes and subtle digs at you.
And you shouldn't be going through his phone.
Because if you feel like you need to go through his phone, then you feel like he's hiding something and you don't trust him.
No, on both levels. Like, this relationship is bad. You're toxic, he's toxic, and it just needs to end before it goes any further.
And this happened to me before. Somebody went through my phone, and it was such a violation. I was so upset about it. And this is somebody I wasn't even seriously dating, and he still found it necessary to actually go through my phone.
No, going through somebody's phone is just very inappropriate. Like, you just don't do it. Like, it's bad behavior. And then you don't make jokes and digs at somebody because everybody knows there's truth behind that. Like, no, you're not just kidding. You're saying how you really feel.
Because you're not going to make a dig with somebody and there's definitely truth behind it.
So both of you were really bad for each other.
Yes.
And you just need to end it.
Yes.
Double snip.
Snip, 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 snip.
Cut. See you later. End it before there's any more casualties and time wasted.
100%. If this kind of straight talk helps you recognize unhealthy dynamics, subscribe and share Party's Over, because trust problems don't fix themselves. Nothing's off limits here.